What's up everyone? Today will be a very short update. I will not make the third video of the series of 3 which I made like 2 days ago. I started to do them because apparently we made this breakout and this is quite bloody situation. Of course, you remember yesterday I told that we unlikely will break the level of $9,000, $9,500, but at some point all the technical indicators, all the on-chain data appear to be wrong. So congratulations for all of you who went short and played this kind of risky card. In my opinion, I still think that at this area the market was quite oversold and now it is just extremely oversold. But if you watch this channel for a while, like at least from the beginning of this correction and from these 2 points, you remember that I was telling that, guys, if we will break the level of $9,500 or $9,100 at this point, this will be the very alarming sign for the fact that the bull market, which we already have, is kind of under the threat. And right now the situation is, if we will not go soon back to at least, like, let's say $9,000 or like testing this resistance which previously was support, but instead of that we will make some consolidation like this or something, that would mean a bad thing for Bitcoin. I think we will more likely will go lower even more. Yes, we did test this 200 days moving average. Yes, we have extremely oversold condition, but BitMEX funding and premium index is lower than 0, so technically we should have a pullback. We did have this pullback from $8,000 to $8,600, but now Bitcoin looks just very weak. You see pretty much no reaction. Price goes very low from this high. We don't have a higher high, but still this is very unstable. The volume is relatively low, so we really need to go something above, let's say $8,500 at least, and try to make a higher high to expect a potential test of this resistance. But before that, the longer we are staying in the sideways price action, the more likely we will continue the drop even further. And you see the volume here is quite high. Yes, this is true. However, this is not the capitulation volume. This is just the volume which is taken from the stops, and of course a lot of stops below $9,000, and that is how the volume basically got collected. But if you remember again, let's say last drop in 2018, then here also this was the stops volume, and this volume is the volume for the capitulation. Well, kind of capitulation. It should be bigger anyway, but in this case we don't have it. So the idea is that we either will return soon back to test this resistance, to return to the previous level, and so on and so forth, or it's a very dangerous point and we may go even lower this moving average once again. We're constantly testing it, which is also a bad sign, to reach the capitulation, to reach the point when the buyers will be dominating over sellers at some point, probably huge smart players, and at that moment the price will go up. Right now it's very weak, guys. Of course we have this kind of falling wedge formation, and in principle we can do something like this, and that will evolve into the breakout to the upside technically, because this is the falling wedge. This is the usual behavior of such a pattern. But again, even in this condition we will go to something like $7,000 easily, because it's very unlikely that we'll go breakout from this point. It's possible, but just unlikely. In any case, guys, I think that I would be very happy to make a mistake just as I did here, because again, this is my personal opinion, not financial advice as usual, but for me it was more or less clear that it was more likely to see the move to the upside than this breakout. Despite of my expectation, the price went lower. So I would be very happy to make a mistake again, but now I'm becoming much more bearish because of this breakout. As I said, if it will happen, then the chance for the bull market to be over is much higher. So of course I will keep you updated. Let's see how the price will evolve during these days. It's very important, like within few days, whether we will see this move to the upside or not. And it's very risky to go long right now, the same risky as going short, so please at least use your stop orders. But don't forget that eventually everything will be much higher. So as soon as you are holding just physical Bitcoin and not trading leverage, you will be fine eventually, guys. Don't worry, Bitcoin will not die. It's just a temporal thing, temporal correction. It may be very long, but eventually we will see much higher price, and those small changes will be almost invisible on the scale which we'll look at. All right, that is it for today. I hope that it was somehow useful. Thank you for watching.